Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along for the final time this week. Game 6 in the Interprovincial T20 Festival here at Pembroke. And we've reached, well, let's say it's become the biggest game of the week. We're about to watch the two unbeaten teams this week. They've been banging form, both of them. That's the Northern Knights and the Leinster Lightning. The teams and umpires are just about to come on to the field, and we'll give you the details of the toss, etc. And the Leinster Lightning, Captain George Dockrell, he won the toss, and you'll just see them coming on. That will tell you that the Lightning are in the field. They have decided to field first, and the Northern Knights will be setting a target like they did yesterday. Just before the action today, everyone in Cricket Ireland would like to send their thoughts to the friends, family and teammates of Josh Baker, who sadly passed away yesterday after playing county cricket for Worcestershire on Wednesday. Just a sad loss for cricket at just 20 years old. Up and coming left arm spinner, young Josh Baker, who played for Worcestershire, as we say. Our thoughts are with his family and teammates at Worcestershire. So, on to the game here. As we say, top of the table clash at the moment. It does have a little bit of a feel about it. Barry McCarthy nearly takes out the umpire. A little bit of a feel about it. It's a sort of a mini trophy here today. That's not the case, of course, because there are plenty more fixtures in this IP20. But just for this festival, it's worked out that both teams have won their games on Wednesday and Thursday. And we're set for this decider today. For the final time this week, right beside me, Pembroke legend Craig Senior. We're all set for a cracking game, Craig.
Yes, indeed. It seems like the match schedulers have done an excellent job leaving best till last. Fortunate the way the results fell. And now we see the start of this game. Barry McCarthy from the St John's end.
That could be out. And would you believe it? We have a wicket off the first ball. Barry McCarthy pitched up and it was in the slot. Ross there couldn't get it lifted, and not the man you want to be hitting to. Probably the safest pair of hands in the team. Harry Tector there at mid-off, makes no mistake, and it's like a frantic start here again. Ross there's gone. First ball of the game, not for one.
Well, it sort of comes across as frantic as the first game this morning. We saw the Munster Reds and the Northwest Warriors. They had a 5-over-a-side game due to weather conditions, and we saw wickets aplenty on that game. However, you didn't expect Rossiter just lift the first one out to mid-off, and the first wicket falls. Barry McCarthy, well, he just can't stop taking wickets today. Oh, this week.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that was his best ball he's ever bowled. He sort of just floated it up there, and Ross there was looking to hit it over the outfield, but didn't time it. And as I say, last man you want to be hitting it to. It didn't even look like spilling that, and that's brought James McCollum from Morningstown Cricket Club. As you see to the crease, and Barry McCarthy on a high already. Slid down the leg side. So the Knights get off the mark with an extra. But a big game here. It does have that feel of a big game here in Irish cricket. Lots of internationals out there. I was looking down the two cards, probably the top 5 of Ireland. Certainly Sterling and Balbirnie likely to be opening against Pakistan next week. 3 Tucker, he's in the Lightning team. 4 Tector's in the Lightning team. And then the bowling is really stacked as well.
Well, there may be no official trophy for this week's play, but you can be sure that both teams want to come out of here on top of the table before heading off for the Pakistan series and before heading off for other further IP games. It's sort of a good way to get started. Leinster on their home grounds. They certainly want to come out on top here. The Northern Knights would like nothing more than to come down to Dublin and win the festival, so to speak. So.
Yeah, nicely bowled. That's the target there at the start of an innings. It's a good start from McCarthy yet again.
One thing we would say is that the pitch has held up superbly well. I was looking across, taking a walk across, well, not across the square obviously, but taking a walk and just seeing how little scarring there is on that pitch. This is the 6th game in 3 days, and that pitch is still in great nick.
Yeah, I think you can even see it on screen there. Not many footholds. We've played 5 T20 games here. That's just got enough on that. Didn't time it. It's going down towards the boundary. It'll not get there. It will be hauled in. Oh, they come back for 3. Nope, it'll just be 2. That's that shot we've been talking about all week. Craig just got enough on that, James McCollum.
And on this occasion, the clothed pull shot had enough on it just to clear the field up in the ring, and that let them get through for 2. But so many times in this week, we've seen that shot just popping up to a fielder's hands. On this occasion, McCollum picking up 2 for it.
Yeah, he's tried that shot quite often early in his innings this week.
Barry McCarthy, well, he's giving the batsman a good look there. He does not like the idea of somebody thinking they can ramp him in the first over. You may find that the next ball perhaps might be a little shorter.
Yeah, just one of the things I just love about Barry McCarthy. Everybody will know he's one of the most amiable characters when he's off the pitch in the bar or whatever. But when he's on the field, he's got Pembroke, Lightning or Ireland colours on. He wants to take wickets, and you're not a friend of his when he's got the ball in hand. It's pitched up. Look to be drifting down leg. Barry on his haunches there.
Still looking at the umpire, still wondering. The umpire quite steadfast in his decision, his conviction that it goes down the leg side. And that's the end of the first over. 3 for 1, the Northern Knights. Not the ideal start for them. That wicket falling as Rossiter, well, he just lifted the first ball straight to mid-off. Tector took the catch. Harry Tector, that is, took the catch, and, well, they were a wicket down before Sterling's even faced a ball.
Yeah. Just means then, a little bit of onus now goes on James McCollum. He's come in early again. Look, Rossiter plays that way. That's Rossiter's way of playing. He's sent out there to do that, and of course on occasion he can fall on his sword like that. So James McCollum has come in now, but with that wicket, so now fee on hand from the far end, tapped in to the leg side just for a single. Sterling takes that one. He gets off the mark straight away. That'll bring James McCollum on strike. 2 slips.
Well, Paul Sterling may have got him off strike, but he's had a super week here. A couple of half centuries. 76 against the Munster Reds, his highest score. The Knights will be looking for something similar.
Yeah, moving about the crease again there. Trying to open up that offside. Give you a bit of an idea. Man outside the ring in this power play. Got the third man and deep square leg. So nobody on the offside boundary sweeping. So that's possibly why James McCollum is trying to open that up. That'll be a wide down leg.
Well, the batsman looks at it 2 ways. There's a tight field on the offside, but he knows that if he gets it through that ring quite possibly is going to run away to the boundary. Whereas on the leg side, most of the field, there's two inside the circle on the leg side, but most of it, boundary rider out there. So there is plenty of room on the leg side if you just want to take your singles and just rotate the strike, etc. But the offside is where the boundary is unprotected, and that's the perfect example. As McCollum just lifts that one over the ring, safe in the knowledge that no fielder on the ring will be able to stop the boundary. And that's 4 more. First boundary for the Northern Knights.
Yeah, that's it. Just too much width from hand.
You can see as the camera pans across, the lack of fielders outside the ring, giving him that freedom to throw his hands at the ball.
Not changing that field. Picks up the one man in front of square in the ring on the leg side. McCarthy again showing his ability in the field. Keeps it down to that dot ball. 6 from this over so far.
Well, it is overcast. It is a bit breezy. We hope the rain stays away.
That's short ball. James McCollum's on that. He's got it behind square. Man was on the square boundary. Square leg. But he's let that come to him. And again, we've talked about that quite a lot this week. That pull shot, if you let it come to you and play it behind square, it seems to be the bigger percentage shot. That's exactly what McCollum did. Slip has come out. Just going into regular mid-wicket. This last ball of the second. And there's that. There's that scoop again. Must have gone over leg stump. And opening over from fee on hand. Goes for 10, 2 boundaries in it.
Well, the Knights will be happier after that over.
I just want to say a slight recovery, from that first ball of the innings.
Settling them down. You can see the Wasp of the predicted score for the Northern Knights. After 2 overs, it's at 170. We'll see how that moves up and down during the innings. But a run rate of 6.5 at the moment.
Yeah, good indicator of that Wasp. We can see, as you say, if you set your bar now at 170, it gives you a bit of an idea as which side's on top at any particular time. McCarthy in again, starting down the track. Well fielded yet again from McCarthy, off his own bowling this time.
McCarthy taking that one on the forearm, I think. Little tender. That having been said, he won't show any pain. But you can see he's just not entirely happy with his wrist there now. It hit him just above the wrist on the forearm.
It might have been his bowling hand as well, and there'll be a few people connected with Irish cricket. Just keeping an eye on this, just to make sure he's okay. Looks like one that if you just flex your fingers and keep the hand moving, he'll be okay. That's into the leg side. It's in front of square. The man pulls it up. I think it is. Fee on hand again. He's pulled it in. Keeps it down to 2.
Nice bit of fielding out there by hand. He's out in the square leg boundary. He had a good 15, 20 yards to cover there to get to it. He made sure the ball didn't cross the line.
Yeah, McCarthy seems fine. He's quite close to us here. He's got the ball in that right hand. He's got his grip in the seam there, so he seems fine.
And that's through to the keeper.
That's nicked off. Yeah, nicked off. Paul Sterling just turned straight away. He knew he'd nicked that. There's the replay. Healthy edge. The Ireland white ball captain knew he'd hit that and just didn't even look at the umpire, just turned Walked off. A massive breakthrough for the Lightning. 2 down in the third. And it's 15 for 2.
Well, the first failure for Paul Sterling this week, but he'll take a lot of confidence out of this week with a couple of half centuries. He won't be too concerned with that. He'll obviously wanted to stick around a bit longer and help the Knights here, but it wasn't to be. Through to Lord Tucker, calmly taken. And suddenly the Knights, well, not in trouble, but just a bit closer to trouble. 2 wickets down into this, the third over. And McCarthy, well, we saw on Wednesday he took 5 for 3 off 4 overs. And then yesterday, not quite as successful. 1 for 33 then against the Northwest Warriors. Well, he's back to wicket taking again. And this is certainly proving to be a successful week for him.
Well, it's absolutely that. 2 wickets already. Seeing his run up, he's bounding in to Keith Carmichael, who's in it. 4, and speaking of 4, that's a lovely shot. That's a Keith Carmichael shot. Touch player, certainly early in his innings. That's just on the hip. Turned down the hill. Straight in. It would have been the bushes.
Well, that's sort of
somebody's cricket bag.
It's the welcome mat, isn't it, really, that one? Welcome to the middle.
Yeah. Bit of a big innings here for young Keith Carmichael this week. It's been really Sterling and McCollum, really. He's only really been coming in to go at it early most of the time, and he's in now in the third over. Time on his hands here. I know T20 doesn't really lend itself to having time, but 17 plus overs to bat here. And big opportunity for him.
Well, part of it is in a T20, and especially when you've been successful in the 2 games so far, is that guys in the middle to lower order haven't yet had time in the middle. Now they may have come out for the last couple of overs, the last hurrah, the fireworks. But you do find sometimes then that it can count against you when you don't have guys who have spent time in the middle having to come out, even in a T20.
Well, I mean, you know, this is what we talk about in terms of interprovincial cricket and the opportunities it gives you. Carmichael's sort of cemented his place in the Knights over the past couple of years. He's not vastly experienced, but he's experienced at this level now. He's played a good 2 years with the franchise, and this is actually probably not a bad position for him to play himself in. It's going to be Ruben Wilson. He's going to come on for the 4th over. Yeah, don't take that man on. Yeah, good piece of fielding protector. Yeah, Ruben Wilson struggled on Wednesday a little bit early on. He's lost the radar in the first few overs. Hit for a few boundaries. Missed out yesterday. Only Riley came in. He's back in the lineup today. He'll be looking to hit those straps early.
Yeah, the Lightning have had a settled side this week. Just 2 changes today. Wilson back into the side. And Gavin Hoey as well.
Yeah, same team as Wednesday. Really blew the Reds away. Here's McCollum. Don't seem to be targeting young Ruben Wilson here. Playing aggressive shots there to the first 2 deliveries. Carmichael might just look to play a little bit more orthodox. Nicely bowled, no width. Just up into that upper hip area.
And it must be a great help for Wilson as well. Ruben Wilson coming into the side, still young, inexperienced perhaps, could do with a year or two more of senior cricket. But he's got McCarthy and Hand. There's plenty of experience in this Leinster Lightning side that will guide him through.
Yeah,
and I'm sure
definitely.
Somebody took him aside after Wednesday and said, look, you're not playing on Thursday. It's not that you're dropped. It's just we're making changes. And this is what happens in professional sport. Nice bit of fielding.
That's exactly right.
Gavin Hoey there. But yeah, you know, you can't take every time you're not selected as I've been dropped 17 times. No, there's a rotation, and you and this other bowler are each getting a chance, and a chance to show, chance to shine. And then you see games like this where the really big game, who do they go for? They went back to Wilson. They want to bring him on. They want to expose him to this level of competition and to this level of batting the entire time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's all about player management, communication from your coaching staff. You don't talk to your bowler and tell them why they're not playing, or exactly as you've just said. They might take that as a drop, but if you're explaining to them that you want to come in and out of the team, it should be fine. Well, okay, Carmichael's gone after that. It's in the air, but it's just wide of Seamus Lynch. Nicely hit from Carmichael.
Seamus Lynch coming into the side today, and he's another one of these specialised boundary riders, often doing the job for the Lightning. On this occasion, just a pace or two off that one. And Carmichael picking up a very welcome boundary.
Last ball. The fourth over. Driven in the air. Again. Towards Tector. Throws it back in to Larkin Tucker. 4 overs gone. Exactly a run of ball. 2 wickets down. 24 for 2.
Well, what a super over for Wilson. Just the 5 runs coming from it. Without that boundary, it could have been even better. It's great to see him coming in, pushing the ball through with some good pace and challenging these batsmen, because they know, the batsmen, that they need to get after certain bowlers. And they'll obviously target Wilson as the young, inexperienced, and looking to take him on. Now going into the 5th over, and coming on at the St John's end, switching from the nursery end where his first over was.
Just keeping a slip in. McCullum on strike. He's on 11 off 12. Well down leg side. He got away with that. McCullum will be disappointed to miss out there. Lots of space on the leg side. The offside is stacked here in the ring. 4 men in the ring in the offside slip. The leg side is fairly vacant, apart from just 1 man. Barry McCarthy there. That's not where he wants the ball, and he's bowled it exactly there again. That is just bounced before the rope, has it? Yeah.
Super shot.
You give him the first ball to have a look at it, and then the second ball was in exactly the same spot. He didn't miss out this time. Field handle want to get that ball outside off a little bit more. That's short. Pulled away by McCullum. Just getting away here. So he missed out in that first ball. Back-to-back boundaries.
Well, they're just going in too short, too much onto the leg side. Just helped on its way. McCullum not going to miss out there. He got a 40 in the game against Munster. He shows that he's well capable.
Yeah, he's played decent in it's kind of a supporting role. But he hasn't taken the lead, as it were. But that's not been a bad thing, because Sterling was going at the other end yesterday. He was quite happy. Didn't score slowly by any means. 40 runs is more than acceptable. And here today now, just with it there, and Sterling back in the hutch. I need to be looking for him now, just to step up. It's in the air. Come on, coming round. And yet another fantastic catch. The catching this week has been top drawer.
Screwing off the side of the bat. The fielder having to make good ground.
Reuben Wilson down there.
Reuben Wilson making a super catch, and he's obviously learnt from the more experienced Barry McCarthy. Took a very similar catch yesterday to stay on the ground for a moment longer. Looks good, and that's a fabulous catch.
Oh, it really
and you
is.
can see the delight of the other Leinster players that Wilson took that catch. They're all delighted for him. And that is great stuff and a great start for the Leinster Lightning. 32 for 3 now.
Yeah, not only about the catch itself, it was the amount of ground he had to make before even being able to attempt that catch. He's got across on his bike straight away as soon as the ball went up in the air. Didn't hesitate. He had a good 10-15 yards to make up to his left. And then probably going to his weaker side. Really excellent catch. Got pretty horizontal, as they would say. And similar, as you mentioned, Craig, to yesterday's catch from Brian McCarthy. The difference with McCarthy's was he was looking straight at the ball because it was coming to long on. On that occasion, Reuben Wilson's behind the wicket, and the ball would have been coming sort of by surprise to him, but he was on his bike, as I say, straight away. And terrific catch. I mentioned before, the catching's been really pretty good this week.
Very impressive, isn't it?
Yep.
We haven't seen too many go down.
That brings Neil Rock, and he's in early. Hasn't been the case this week. And gets his first wicket today. And this is pretty much exactly what George Dockrell would have written down on the whiteboard. The old KPIs, or whatever you want to call them these days. 3 wickets in the first 5 overs here. They'd have probably gone for the power play and said, we get 3 in the power play. That'll be that one ticked off. They've got them already. And they've got Neil Rock in early to partner up with Carmichael. So yeah, Lightning got to be real on. Really happy with how they've started.
Wilson to continue from the nursery end. This has been a bright opening for the Leinster Lightning. Run rate of 6.4 won't overly worry them. They know they've got their own destructive bats in their lineup. But the important thing is 3 strong players for the Northern Knights back in the hutch.
That's the spots. And they talk about just conference boosters. I have absolutely no doubt Reuben Wilson will just have had a couple of those conference boosters from that catch. Definitely helps. It just contributed when you're not bowling. Just boosts it all, and then you get the ball in hand. That's really unlucky. Really unlucky.
No slip in place. Too wide for Tucker. And it runs away to the boundary.
They just moved him out, Craig. I just watched it at the start of the over. Paul Burney was in at slip, and you can go. That would have gone straight in the bread basket. Yeah, they moved him out and took him out into orthodox cover. And 2 balls later, Carmichael nicks it. What would have been number 63. You would expect to have taken that catch, but he's not there. A little bit unlucky for Wilson. Just for one. Boundary rider now. Tim Tector right there. Great throw in, good arm. Just the one. So how does Neil Rock play this? Known for his real unorthodox hitting. But boy, can he hit it. Can he afford to go really early here? We're still in the power play. He's got 14 and a half overs to bat here.
Well, after the frantic 5 over a side game this morning, you have to remember they have a bit more time here now. We've said all week it's easier. It gets easier the longer you can stay in. So if you can get established, then you can go for the big shots. But I wouldn't like to see Rock going too early. We've seen too many clothed pull shots being caught. We've seen wickets falling with guys not really getting in. But once you get in, you push on to the 30s, 40s, and can really contribute to your side. And as we've said before, there's no worry about being behind the ball count early on, because you can certainly make that up later. Well, that puts everything I've just said to bed.
Oh dear. Sorry for that, Craig. Yeah.
Well, you put your
that.
view out there, and Neil Rock makes
Neil Rock just says, you know what, I'm just going to whack it into the pavilion.
It seems to be each time I say this, I just motivate players to play that much better. Told Paul Sterling on commentary that his strike rate wasn't enough, and suddenly he turned that one around. So Neil Rock doing exactly the same to me.
Lovely shot, though, you have to say. And it's going to be another 4 behind square this time. So yeah, I think that's our answer. He's not going to hang around here, Neil Rock, and if he comes off, I'll put the Knights back in the game. But that's the end of the power play, and definitely the first blows go to the Leinster Lightning. 45 for 3, the end of that power play. You mentioned there about the earlier game, Craig, being a 5 over game. This is T20, but it kind of feels like a test match now compared to that. You know, we're now into the 6th over and we're thinking, is there much longer? It was a real crazy game this morning.
We'll be asking for overtime, that's what it is,
Yeah,
you see.
sure.
5 overs, just the right amount for a game. Not at all, not at all. Now the Leinster Lightning making a change at the St John's end. Gavin Hoey it is that's coming on. He was missing yesterday. Back into the side today. He'll be bowling his leg spin.
Yeah, it was George Dockrell who came on yesterday in the 7th over. Hoey back in the lineup today. Of course, he's a leg spinner. He'll be bowling to Kate Carmichael. A little bit down the leg side there. Hoey always likes to bowl in the shades. Well pitched up, nicely bowled. Took the outside edge, but good running from Neil Rock. Gets him through for the single.
The secret here for the single, even though it went straight to the fielder off the outside edge, was that Rock went so quickly and decisively, and his partner trusted him and headed off. And that's what made it a simple single. And this is where it will become interesting. Leg spinner to left-hander.
Yep.
The trap is set. Man behind square.
Really good shot. Really good shot from Neil Rock. But excellent fielding out there. It's Harry Tector been put out there on the boundary. Again, just that athleticism. Keeps it down to just the single. Still attacking the Lightning with Andrew Balburney there at slip. Moves across his crease. Pushes it for one.
Leinster Lightning won't mind the ones too much. It's trying to avoid the big blows of boundaries. Now, I like the look of Neil Rock out there today. He seems to have a certain steely determination about him at the moment.
Fast spaces on the leg side here. The push for two. There it was, exactly what he was trying to do. Just push that into the leg side. Trying to get that into that area where he can possibly get two. 3 boundary raiders.
Well, put into the right place. 2 should be simple enough on that leg side.
Goes offside, does. He kind of hides it out there. Just one. Decent over it from Gavin Hoy. Just the 4 singles coming from it. 49 for 3 from 7. Just heard a cry out there. Come on, Harry. That indicates Harry Tector's going to take the ball. Shame we saw him bowl a couple of overs yesterday. They talk about how he increases the flexibility of an attack if he can bowl a couple of overs.
Well, be the 5th bowler we've seen today. That's without the skipper having picked up the ball yet.
Yeah, interesting that. A few comments yesterday about Dockrell taking the 3 wickets yesterday. He bowled well. Well, he hasn't bowled quite as much. He does bowl a little bit more in the inter-provincials.
I think he's bowling a little bit more generally. He'd sort of turned away from bowling for a while. But now with his experience, he's learnt to use the different pace.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday, the different pace he was bowling.
Yeah, success. 3 wickets yesterday.
Yeah, same thing here, as you mentioned. Craig setting that trap on the leg side to let Neil Rock try and go leg side. It's an easy single all day long, but I've seen Rock in the past not worry about that. 3 mid-boundary raiders. He just hits the ball over the clubhouse. I'm doing so at Breedy a few times a couple of years ago.
Considers boundary riders less of a risk and more there to fetch the ball, I think.
Just go and get it. Still, Tector to Carmichael on the sweep. Just be one.
It's not often you see somebody sweep on the back foot. He seemed to go forward to sweep and then come back and wait on the ball and then play it away.
I think it was a little bit premeditated, possibly. And the length wasn't there, but he went through with the shot. Got plenty on it, though. No danger.
And there's that shot into the leg side we thought he was going for last over. And this time just dropped down for the single. Gets him down to the non-striker's end.
Yeah, just taking along here. No boundaries coming since that last over of the power play. Nothing in the last 2, just singles.
And it shows the difference that being out of the power play, being allowed to have more men outside the ring, outside the circle, makes a big difference to scoring rates.
Yeah, quicker ball. Tector. Carmichael can't beat the field. So another dot ball. Carmichael think I need to get a boundary off this. Steps away, pulls it into the leg side, can't find the gap though, and it is just another single. So just 2 sets of 4 coming off the last 2 overs. We mentioned this yesterday with with the Warriors' innings, they were on a better total than the Knights are at the minute, but then overs just ticked by really quickly. And you looked up and it was 14 and 15 overs gone. Spinners in tandem, sometimes in a T20 game, if you've got a couple of spinners in tandem, you just rush through those overs and suddenly 4 or 5 have disappeared. You've only maybe taken 15, 20 runs from them. We're going to continue. It's a nice shot. Possibly not going to go to the boundary, but playing with the spin into the offside.
Quite deliberate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He chipped it out into the outfield. He knew there was no danger in the ring. He didn't try and clear the boundary. He took his 2. And as a result now, Captain Dockrell is coming into the ring.
Work to do for hand, and he does it again. Terrific piece of work.
Oh, isn't he doing good work out there?
I always like to see sort of runs that people see if you had a +2 or -2. He's certainly in the plus category at the minute. Few on hand. Doing great work out there on the boundary. Swept behind, square into the gap. Nice shot from Carmichael. Do you feel he's ticking a little bit here, Cade Carmichael?
But again, this was one he kept down. He's not taking undue risks. You think that in 10 overs time, that would be one he'd be trying to lift to the clubhouse. On this occasion, just play it around the corner, take your runs. And very good play from Carmichael, very sensible. Batting on leg stump.
That's very well timed. That's going to be difficult to cut off. In the outfield, extremely difficult. Carmichael timed that one really well into the offside.
Just given too much room by Hoey. Let him free his hands. And you can see from how far in front of square he's hit that. Plenty of power in there.
That's good cricket. That is good cricket from Carmichael's taking the 2 boundaries. A good ball from Hoey. Don't give it away. Just for that last 4, he was so well balanced when he played the shot. Timing was good. So yeah.
Rock eyeing up that big gap on the leg side again.
So he hides it outside the offside where his fielders are. Just the 1 to finish the over, but a good over for the Knights on that occasion. 14 from it. Definitely take the plaudits in that over. Carmichael with the 2 boundaries. He moves on to 30. Neil Rock on 13. Just a reminder, the Irish women senior squad just about to get into action in the T20 qualifier in UAE. They're taking on the Netherlands today. Just see this ball from Harry Tector. He's going to continue. And there we go. That's the one we talked about. Loves a clubhouse, young Neil Rock. Loves pinging windows in a clubhouse. He's just missed the ones here at Pembroke. In fact, he's hit it too well to hit the windows. It's onto the roof. Clean as a whistle.
Into the windows of the Ganley room. But that's going to necessitate the 3rd umpire and his bag of balls.
Yeah, clean as a whistle there from Neil Rock. Really well hit.
Beautiful shot. Texas just dropping that one a bit short. And the thing was that Rock recognised what it was so quickly. Full swing of the bat onto the roof of the pavilion.
Yeah, I think against spin, I think that's his his best quality picks length really quickly. That occasion he sort of saw it was on the shorter side, so was able to rock back. And as we say, picked out the pavilion, not worried about the man out there on the boundary.
Nice take by Tucker. And we're exactly where we were 9 overs ago. The predicted score still at 170 as these two put together a good partnership. And the Knights kind of needed it after losing 3 wickets in the power play. We often say you can't win a game in the power play, but my goodness, you can certainly lose one from there. Rock this time, dabbing into the leg side. He'll just take a single. Score coming together now for the Northern Knights. Just 2 balls away from halfway through this first innings. Carmichael doing a fabulous job for his side.
That's short. And that has been given the treatment as well. Pings off the covers. Too short from Tector. Kicks the turf in frustration.
It's more annoyed with himself than anything else.
Yep.
Just dropping that one in short. And both times he's done that, the batsmen have been so quick onto it.
This time into the offside. Just be one. Another good over. 14 again. So the first 2 overs from Hoey and Tector went for 4 apiece with 4 singles. Their second overs have both gone for 14, and they both now 2 overs, none for 18. And the Knights just eking their way back into this contest.
Indeed they are. These two came together with the score on 32. They've put on 49 and done so quite quickly. It's taken them 5 overs. They started off a little bit hesitantly, but well, Neil Rock didn't. But they've now put together this partnership, 49 at the moment. And Captain Dockrell has returned to Reuben Wilson. He'll be coming on this time from the opposite end. He's going to come on at the St John's end, which I always felt was the preferable end for fast bowlers.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen Barry McCarthy bowl too many overs from the other end. He has usually come from this end, and that would sort of suggest to you that this is the end to bowl from for the Seamers. Just want to cut off slightly. I was mentioning that the Ireland women's team, they have won the toss. I think they're batting against the Netherlands at 4:30. Of course, we head over to Cricket Ireland website. They'll have all the updates. That's nicked. Oh, that's been put down. I'm pretty certain that was nicked. Morgan Tucker looks very disappointed. It's a regulation chance. He sort of nonchalantly stuck a right hand up. And Reuben Wilson doesn't seem to be getting much of the rub of the green.
Well, the thing you'll be looking for is when it's not, the rub of the green isn't with you, how do you react? And that's the bit to watch here. Sometimes a bowler can get sort of frustrated or strive too much. And all he needs to do is keep doing what he's doing. He's creating chances.
Yeah, so I'll just finish that off if you go
Yes.
over to the Cricket Ireland website and the social media feeds across all the usual social media. You'll be able to pick up the latest scorecard for that women's qualifier. Ireland up against Netherlands. Ireland looking to win today, confirm top spot in the group. They head off to those semi-finals, already through to a semi-final, but they would like to be top in their group. As I say, keep an eye on that. We'll try and keep you up to date here as we go along with this interprovincial game here. We'll try and give you occasional score updates of the Ireland women's game against the Netherlands. 2 there. It's pushed into the leg side by Rock.
And not hit too hard, just beautifully laid out. Gave them the chance, gave the fielder too much running to do to get to the ball. They got home for 2 safely.
Trying 2
Did
again.
it last time.
That will be 2 again. I think that's almost perfect this time.
Well, 4 players converging on it this time.
That indicates just that it was perfect. The 2 they got on the previous ball brought up the 50 partnership between these two. Came together at 32. It was actually the single, I think, brought up the partnership when Tucker dropped that. Up to 50. Now kicked on to 54. Knights will be just looking for them to hang around if they can for another 3 or 4. Set a platform.
Well, this is what we've been saying all week. Once you get yourself in, and these two have certainly done that now. Half-century partnership, both of them scoring runs, both of them scoring quite quickly. They feel now that they've, should we say, recovered the deficit that was caused by losing 3 early wickets, and that's reflected in the predicted score, which has now gone to 174. It's going to be another change of bowling now from the nursery end. It's going to be Sam Harbison.
Yeah,
Six bowler used in this innings so far by George Dockrell.
There's your card just in front of you there. You can see the early inroads made by the Lightning. And that man Barry McCarthy again. He got rid of the 2 danger men at the top. Ross Adair and Paul Stirling. There he is, 2 for 9 from his 2. And then they lost James McCullum. Fionn Hand taking that wicket. But since then, these 2 have knuckled down, scored at a decent rate. And I can guarantee you from previous, the Lightning will be looking to get rid of Neil Rock, because if he's still there in the last few overs, he's got some serious hitting power. Harbison on here.
Somewhat surprisingly, Sam Harbison only bowled 4 overs in the 2 games he's played so far. Wicketless, yes, at this festival. And he'll be hoping to change that right now. Movement to the sight screens.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ireland have lost a wicket over in that qualifier. Amy Hunter out early in the first over. Ireland women are 2 for 1 in that first over. That's an unbelievable shot from Kate Carmichael. Step back, looking to play onto the offside. The bowler kind of followed him a little bit, so he just decided, I'm just going to pump that straight down the ground. And I think, if he had the old plumb line, I don't think he could have hit that any straighter.
Well, our American friends would have called that a hit over second base, just straight back to the bowler. It was a lovely shot for 6, manufactured somewhat, but again, it's that versatility, that flexibility, where you can change your shot, see the ball wasn't quite where you wanted it to be and still get it away for a maximum. That's a super shot from Carmichael.
We mentioned about 15-20 minutes ago that it was an innings. He's swiftly moved on to 44. That'll be another wide, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we mentioned about what an important innings it was for Carmichael. You can see the partnership between him and Rock, but he's moved on to 44 off, you know, only 26 or 7 balls, I think, and hasn't really, we've talked about it all week, hasn't really looked to have gone ballistic, but he's really just picked up those 44 runs in a heartbeat. That's a good ball, though. A little bit quicker.
Just came back off the pitch between bat and batsman. That was the best ball that Harbison's
good comeback.
bowled yet. And again, those 2 wides in this over, you can see in the bottom box score, bottom right. How important they can be.
Good cricket there from Carmichael. Just tucks it into the leg side, takes the 1. He's got the 6. Earning the over, a couple of wides. Add them all up. 10 off the over, only 4 balls. You can always tell when a captain and a bowler is a little bit worried about a batter. Just that extra requirement for a chat and a what do we do here, and fielders moving in different positions, so I think they're definitely worried about Rock here. Dearly love to see the back of him at this stage. That is as clean as you like. Hector just turns, has a look and see if there's any damage to the houses. What a shot.
Well, the greatest danger there was to the roof tiles of the house. It was a massive shot, a super shot, and we're going to see the third umpire is one of the busiest men on the ground this week.
Just the sound off the bat there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, and as I said, just at that ball, Leinster Lightning will dearly love to see the back of Neil Rock. Won the Interprovincial Player of the Year for 2023 for performances just like this. Second top run scorer in the tournament last year. It's just shown glimpses so far at this festival, but looking ominous now, 100 up. He's just got that ability to break his wrists for those late shots, but then to keep them as strong as he can when he's hitting those down the ground. Really versatile player, plays in different areas, difficult to bowl to.
Well, there you can see the stuttering start that the Knights got off to, but Carmichael and Rock, well, from 43 balls, they've put on 72, and they are changing the complexion of this game with the minimum of effort, it seems.
Yeah, it's been really good, and Carmichael's played more than his part. Mentioned it was a big innings for him. You always like to be at a festival. When you're at a 3-day festival, you're staying in the same hotel as the other teams and your teammates. You just want to contribute, feel part of it. Carmichael's certainly doing that today. You can see the 45 off 28, but it's Rock on strike to Hoy. Pulled down the ground, just be 1. Sam Arvinson's gone down. It's a long off, keeps it down to 1 then. So yeah, just a little bit of pressure being put on the team in blue.
These two doing a super job. Run rate up over 8.5.
Short, pulled into the leg side. Fee on hand. Comes round. Again keeps it down to 1. Two singles off the first 2. Short, cut away. Work for hand again. And once again, he does it well.
Very good jobber, very good jobber.
He's doing a super job out there, keeping that boundary as tight as possible, making absolutely sure he had everything behind it. Well, it was the hands that did the work, and Hoey to continue.
gone up for that. Big appeal. It was for the catch, I think.
I think it was the catch. There was no look to the square leg umpire at all. Just looking straight down the ground with the appeal. No edge on this occasion.
And that one is short. That's dispatched for 6. And that has taken Cade Carmichael to an excellent half century for the Knights. We commented on what an important innings it was for him. And really contributed this week so far. Hadn't need to. He was badly needed today with the loss of Sterling, Adair and McCollum. And he has stood up to be counted. 167 strike rate. Not messing around for that 50. 4 5s and those 3 6s.
Well, another ball comes out. Carmichael has well deserved this half century. He really has taken on the responsibility of getting the Knights to a good total. He saw a couple of wickets falling, 3 falling in the power play, but since then, Rock and Carmichael absolutely solid and scoring at good rates.
Under edge there, just be 1. Just that one poor ball. Gavin Hoy, a little bit short, and Carmichael's been clinical when anybody has dropped short. He's really picked this 6s up for sure. Dropped short. Hasn't missed out. This will be a different type of chat now between Rock and Carmichael. Done exactly what the Knights wanted. Taken it along to 13 overs now. Scored a really good clip. There's plenty in the hutch, as we talked about, to come. Mark it there from yesterday's heroics. And plenty others.
Well, Adair with a strike rate of 400 yesterday and accumulating 44 at the tail end of an innings. And you may find a change in the batting order if a wicket was to fall. Adair may fancy coming out and having a swing of the bat here again. As you say.
Tyrone Cohen to their team today. We even strengthened the batting lineup a little bit further. That's edged. Well down there though. That boundary rider hand again. This ball seems to be really following about the place today, but he's been up to the task on every occasion. Now then, Reuben Wilson got the unenviable task of bowling to Neil Rock. This type of form.
Wilson reverting again to the nursery end. Rock, no doubt, has that clubhouse again in his eyesight.
Confidently left by Neil Rock. Well, happy to let that go. Just like just even his demeanour when he's about to face the ball. You see the bat. You just watch him here. When he's about to face this ball, the bat goes up and down. He's basically giving off the impression that I'm coming for you. And you can see it. Holds it high, taps it, taps it. Yep, I'm ready. And then as a swing and a miss.
Again, looking to put that one down towards the clubhouse, down towards that corner. It's been profitable for him so far. 35 off just 25 deliveries. And again, if you were going to say he's the junior partner in this partnership, with Carmichael having a half century to his name, well, you couldn't ask for any better than that sort of strike rate. Strike rate of 140. So not just a matter of tapping the singles and giving the strike to Carmichael. He's a fully contributing member of this partnership. And my goodness, he's doing it well.
Yeah, just given the evidence we've had over the last couple of seasons, if this could be the crucial wicket in the sort of total that we're looking at here. If Lightning can get rid of Neil Rock in the next couple of overs, it could stem the flow, but certainly if he stays there, that'll be it. I think that'll be it. Yep, there it is. Just talked about it. Safe pair of hands of Barry McCarthy. That's a huge wicket for the Leinster Lightning. And look, fair play to Ruben Wilson. We sort of talked about he was coming on in a difficult time. Two batters really in. He's bowled a nice ball there. Just drawn Rock into a mistimed shot, straight up in the air. Barry McCarthy takes another catch. Rock goes for 35, and the score is 116 for 4.
Well, just as important as Rock's 35 is the fact that partnership with Carmichael putting on over 80 runs just when the Knights really needed a pair to stick around and score, and they did so, and did so quickly. So much so that there's still 6.2 overs to go.
Jake Egan has come out to the middle. We're in number 11. Had a quick word with him after the game yesterday, and he got completely stitched up by his skipper.
Yes, he did.
On 10 at the time off just 5 balls, but unfortunately his captain was hitting 4 sixes in a row. Was trying to get back on strike and called him and sent him back, so he did the right thing in a way. Ran himself out, left her there in.
Did he tell you whether his captain apologised?
He didn't mention anything about that. He just shrugged his shoulders, but he's in now in a very important stage. Just possibly need to rebuild a little now. Next couple of overs, but don't want to stagnate at the same time. Ruben Wilson to bowl to Egan. Nice ball. Egan's up to it. Taps it into the leg side. Gets off the mark first ball. That's not a bad ploy right now.
Well, that was exactly the right thing to do. Just get bat on ball. That's
really
the important thing.
Yes, I really like that. Jake Egan's just gone down the back end. He's telling Kid Carmichael what's happening with the ball. He's been in for one delivery. Kid Carmichael's been in since about the third over. He's just telling him this is going to get skidding on.
Well, that's a good call from Egan. Carmichael looked up, perhaps a little surprised at the speed at which Egan was approaching him, but the single was taken easily. It's the end of the over, and 118 for 4, and Ruben Wilson has picked up a well-deserved wicket, persevering.
Just going. 4 from it, just 4 from that over. So it just not only did he pick up the crucial wicket of Neil Rock, stemmed that flow a little bit. But yeah, Egan, you'll watch Egan between the wickets here. Sharp. We'll look to, and Kid Carmichael's no slouch either. We've seen him in the outfield over these past 2 days, the boundary rider. Good figures there, as you see them on the screen from Ruben Wilson. 4 overs, took that 1 wicket. I just think that could be a crucial wicket. 1 for 28, just going at 7 runs and over. His captain will not be displeased with that. Good stuff from Wilson coming back in today. Gavin Hoy coming back on now. Be looking to bowl Fuller here. That's good stuff. Yep. Doesn't want to bowl short to Carmichael at the moment. And the converse of what the Knights will want to do, Egan's looking to give Carmichael as much strike, so the Lightning, conversely, will want to bowl at Egan. Certainly now.
Yep, just in. Batsman that is most vulnerable. However,
just see the duck roll and just tighten up. We're on the edge of the circle. Now just come in about 5 yards.
And looking for 2. Hoey's quick.
Well done. Gavin Hoy did his own work there.
He's one of the top fielders around anyway. And when it's off your own bowling, well, then you make twice the effort.
Absolutely. A little bit of length here for Hoy. Doesn't want to pull it short. Decent shot this time from Carmichael, but can Barry McCarthy get round? Yes, he can. Excellent piece of work. It's a relay. A wild throw from George Dockrell.
Relay to the pavilion almost there.
I'll just see this again. Barry McCarthy pulls it in and then releases it.
He got
Beautiful
rid of it
piece.
before he hit the rope.
Beautiful piece of work. So good at these days, the fielders knowing exactly where the rope is.
Gone are the days when you just stick out a boot. It's all sliding and diving now.
He's taken it on. Has he got enough?
No.
No, he hasn't. And the fielder of the day, Fionn Hand, has taken another great catch down there. A lovely bit of fielding. Just watch it again. Just make sure he's inside the rope. Takes that extra little step.
The first little hop just to make sure he was still in.
Make sure.
And then he was going to decide whether to throw it or just hang on to it. He was well inside. And so, well, it was a short visit from Egan.
Goes for two.
But that's exactly what's required in T20. You just have to get on with it. And that's what he was trying there. And he ended up just a yard short of the rope. And the difference between success and failure, once again, illustrated to be quite small. Good wicket for the Leinster Lightning, and just when they want to take it, because we're now at the stage with just 5 overs remaining that the Northern Knights are going to want to press the accelerator. They want to really try and go for this now, and to that end, the next batsman is the captain, Mark Adair. And we saw what he could do yesterday.
Well, absolutely, and I'm just looking down the lineup for the Knights. Mark Adair coming in here at 7. Still got Tyrone Cohen, who's come in today. Ryan Pretorius, who opened the batting for the Knights last year. Nicely bowled from Hoy. Yeah, Ryan Pretorius opened the batting last year. And then also Tom Mays. So if you've got Tom Mays coming in at 10, no disrespect to Matthew Humphreys, but I think in that lineup, he's penciled in for 11. Tom Mays coming in at 10. Cohen maybe 9. Pretorius to come in at 8. But these two, that's leg side. Well down leg side. Half a shout.
Half a shout from the wicketkeeper as he was halfway to square leg.
Yeah.
Suggesting that perhaps that one was down the leg side.
Just a leg by though. And 2 excellent overs for the Lightning there. And again, they just take a little bit of control back, wrestle it back from the Knights who were going strong. Back-to-back good overs for the Lightning. 5 to go. 124. We're almost back at the same wasp again. 171 now.
Neither side has really been able to wrestle the initiative away from the other. It's kind of an arm wrestle at the moment. The Leinster Lightning took those 3 early wickets. They'd have thought they were on top, but then you had that big partnership of 80 between Carmichael and Rock. Was swinging it back towards the Northern Knights. It's an interesting game. A fascinating one to watch.
McCarthy making a bit of a fool of me. Going down to that far end now. He's going to come on. There's Ryan. Ball to his bowling partner for Ireland. Mark Adair. Contrast to yesterday. Different scenario completely. Mark Adair hasn't got off the mark from 3 balls. But again, different scenario, different circumstances today. Yep, got the hold of that one. Short, pulled away. 4 runs for the night skipper.
Well, certainly short for McCarthy and not short enough. It just sat up nicely. Dare didn't even have to move his feet. Just flicked it round to the leg side. And collected 4, well, quite simple runs really.
Yep, bit of a hit me ball there.
We did see, again, we saw how destructive he can be, Mark Adair. We've seen batting exploits in green as well as the Northern Light colours. As you say, it's a very long batting lineup for the Northern Lights today.
It's in the gap, it's in the gap. Bob Burney's got work to do. Can't do it. Boundary for there. Wanted 2, but got it. Right in the middle of those 2 fielders. Neither could cut it off. There goes to 8.
You never like to see one of your premier batsmen for the Irish side sliding into the rope like that. Those ropes, well, they're unforgiving when you land on them or through them.
That's gone. That's not even a thought. That's gone. And this tactic not working out for Barry McCarthy. Pulling into the pitch. And that one has really sat up for Mark Adair.
Well,
you can see well over the rope. Has prompted a change in the field. Pushes fine leg back. And just extra man on that leg side.
well, plenty of open spaces if Mark Adair wants to try and take the 2.
I think he's looking for 2s at the minute, Craig.
But the way he's batting the last 2 days, he's in a rush to get somewhere.
He might well take 2 now that he's played that shot. Carmichael is rapid. Gets there comfortably. Mark Adair gives his batting partner a little clap.
But Mark Adair seems to have only bought the long handle bat this week. He's looking to score and score quickly.
Yeah, well, I did mention he was not off the mark after 3 deliveries, and if you look at it now, he's over 200 strike rate. 16 already coming from this. McCarthy to finish this over. That's been absolutely hammered into the tent, sends the lightning substitute fielders scurrying away. That's a terrific shot from Adair.
And again, his strike rate is just going up and up, as well as his score.
See those fielders getting, nobody wanted to catch it. I don't know, they're supposed to be substitute fielders, but nobody wanted to get their hands on that. Just dispersed. It's going flat and hard. 20 from that McCarthy over. And this is, well, foolish or brave. George Dockrell saying to himself that he's going to bring himself on here in the 17th over.
Do we feel that perhaps the Lightning left themselves short a bowler, a frontline bowler in their selection today, or one hasn't come off, or?
Well, they've got 3 of you. There's no real need for Dockrell to come on. He's just maybe thinking he's bowled well yesterday and he can maybe tie it down a little bit. Just go for singles, and if he picks up a wicket, Carmichael, he goes for it. Just take the 1. Just at the moment, that'll not be the worst thing for the Knights. This is possibly what they're thinking here. Dockrell's maybe thinking that Adair will definitely go after him. He hits one up in the air.
I
But it's a risky business. Short. They could well have done it. They have done. Exactly as we called. Guess who takes the catch? That's exactly what we just talked about. And given the way he's hit the ball in the past 2 days, quite a surprise that Mark Adair didn't put that into the Gardens. Short ball. He's hit better balls than that out of the park this week. But he hits it straight down. Hands, throat. He takes another catch. Dockrell does exactly what he wanted. 147 for 6. Adair goes for 22 from 9.
Well, a strike rate slightly less than yesterday's 400, but still very impressive. 244, just 9 deliveries and 22 added to the score. And he has given this Northern Knights innings a good bit of impetus going into the last, well, we're in the last 4 overs now.
I'm telling you, Craig, he'll not be a happy man. He'll be going into that changing room thinking, I should still be out there with an extra 6 runs to my name. He will not be happy. Leaving it up to the rest of them. They're very capable. As we say, Rion Pretorius has come in, opened for the Knights for many years. He's coming in at 8. He's got to get on with it. Different type of innings for him now. Plenty of boundary riders, whereas when he was opening the batting, safe on the knowledge, there's only 2 men out. A few more out now. Dockrell bowling. Short. Nicely hit. Should have been 1 possibly, but a nice piece of fielding from McCarthy. While he was fielding it, pushed it across towards Dockrell. This is just cricket in a nutshell here, isn't it? Pretorius none from 3, and he will just feel pressure immediately. 17th over. Just 1 from it. That'll make it 2. Terrific over from Dockrell. We mentioned it was a gamble, possibly. Bowling spin in the 17th over. Oh my goodness, it's come off the wicket of Adair. Just 2 runs. Terrific over for the Lightning.
Well, Dockrell again proving the pivotal bowler. He comes in and gets rid of the very dangerous Mark Adair, which poses an interesting question. Hand is going to bowl this the 18th, and one suspects also the 20th over.
I'm going to stop you there. No. No.
And Barry McCarthy for the 19th.
I think so. I definitely think so. I don't think there's any mission that George Dockrell's going to continue bowling. But we just got a quick update from the Ireland women's game. We mentioned that Amy Hunter had lost her wicket in the first over. Gabby Lewis was out quite cheaply too. Ireland have just lost a 3rd wicket. As we see, Rion Pretorius, well, he's joined the party now. A little bit short from hand. Plenty of width there as well for Pretorius. And he clears the rope easily. Hitting the fence at the back there. Shot from Pretorius.
Well, just too short from hand. Pretorius had stayed in his crease. Beautiful shot.
Going for a single. Oh, a terrible piece of footwork there from Fionn Hand. Missed from a yard.
You'd have thought with all the football warm-ups, be slightly better than that. Chase down the wicket, but you can see now every run to the Northern Knights matters. Carmichael, 60 off 37. He's done a fabulous job for his side today.
Yeah, I'll just get that quickly out of the way. I mentioned about another wicket falling for Ireland. 8 overs gone. Slight recovery till that 3rd wicket fell. They're now 52 for 3 from 8. Oh, it could be a run out here.
Somebody could still, no, they're going to jog through
Gonna be
for the
fine.
single.
Easy single. Always one there. Just watch, both batters are right in the middle of the crease here.
They seem to be exchanging
Yeah, picked up by
invitations
Cooley.
there.
Had a shy, but nobody there. And as I say, easy single. And Pretorius going to stay at home. Is he going to come down the track? Well bowled, really well bowled. From hand, really good. Right in that block hole. I think Pretorius was maybe expecting something up around the shoulder height. Did well in the end to get down on it. Yeah, Carmichael's 61. We've kind of forgotten about him a little bit. Did a real good job here, though. Down the ground. Can he get back for two? I think so. And the fielders have had a disaster there. Got in each other's way a little bit. Tim Tector and Barry McCarthy. Tector went for it. And he missed it. McCarthy did likewise. You'll see it here. Yeah.
Just distracted each other.
That'll not be one for the highlights reel. Goes for four. Last ball of the over. Just going to drop short. Hands the over. Just an extra. There. Just one run off that last ball. Decent over for the night, so 6 off that first ball and that fortunate, I would say, boundary. Nice shot, but probably didn't expect to get more than 2. 162 for 6. McCarthy is coming back. Craig?
What did you say? No real surprise there. Dockrell going with his frontline bowlers just to close matters out. It's total of 162. Well, if the Lightning can keep it under 180, I think they'd be happy from here.
Yep. Again, I always think about if the team that's batting first was actually chasing here, what sort of figure would you like to be chasing now if you were going into these last two? And probably 180, 9 and over for the last 2. It's looking at 184 on the predictor. Going to come round the wicket now, Barry McCarthy. He's going to go wide of the stumps. He is. Nice shot. Only going to be 1. That's the idea from McCarthy coming round the wicket. Trying to bowl across a Yorker into that wide offside area. Got the fielders out there. May change it up here. Come back. Now you see Pretorius asking, is he coming around? Indeed he is. So he's setting up for that wide Yorker here. What's Pretorius thinking? Is he going to bowl it again or is he going to go short? And there's your answer. Goes too far. Barry McCarthy takes out the leg stump. See the idea from Pretorius there, but cleaned up by the big man.
Well, that's well bowled by Barry. Wasn't disturbed by the batsman going across his stumps. He knew where the batsman was trying to put it, but he left his stumps unattended. Barry just knocked at the front door, knocked those bails off. And a 7th wicket falls, 163 on the board. But the Knights won't mind wickets falling at this stage. Just 10 balls remaining. They're just looking for quick runs and many runs. Pretorius, well, he hit that 1-6. He faced 8 balls and scored 8 runs.
There you can see coming into the team today and replace of the injured Matthew Foster. Darren Cohen plays at the CIYMS club in Belfast. He had a mean ball as well. Need to be looking 3 or 4 boundaries off these last over and a half or so. Just be one. Happy to give the strike to Carmichael. He's been in almost since the get-go.
Came in the 3rd over and still here now in the 19th. It's been a super knock. Maybe not containing the fireworks of a Sterling or Balbirnie half century, but nevertheless it's been most efficient.
Yeah, that's a wide. Yeah, I think so. Maybe a quizzical look from McCarthy. Yeah, just the angle he's bowling at. Going right across, and I think there's any doubt in that.
Well, the Northern Knights won't be sorry to see the umpire signalling wide. Now they'd love to get up to 180 and leave the Lightning needing in excess of 9 and over.
Can he get there? Can he get there? No, I just can't get there, Tim Tector. Gonna be 2. Had to make the decision early. Is he gonna go for it? Oh, he's got to give it a go. But as you can see there, just betwixt and between.
His feet were out of sync of where the ball was going to land, unfortunately. Couldn't even get the full-length dive in. Mind you, it's a brave man who full-length dives for one of those.
Very much so.
If you miss it, it could be a long, expensive trip to the dentist. So, all worked out well there, though. Just 2 to the Northern Knights.
Gonna get lucky. Gonna get lucky. Carmichael looking to play that into the leg side. The safest shot in the book, as they say, right over the top of Reuben Wilson, who's in the ring. Welcome boundary. We mentioned they needed maybe 3 boundaries off the last 9 balls. There's 1.
Well, you mentioned it may have been fortunate, but at this stage Carmichael deserves a bit of fortune. He's done the hard work.
Oh my goodness, can you believe it? Can you believe that? The last ball of the spell. The umpire's arm stretched out, the left arm. That indicates Barry McCarthy's bowled a no ball. For the last ball of his spell. Would have been the last ball of his spell. He's got to bowl another one.
Umpire still waiting for the scorers to signal back, giving them a wave, and finally they acknowledge his signal. Now he'll make a further signal for the free hit. Don't know how that signal became the free hit.
Don't know.
The origins of cricket signals.
So here we go. Got the single. So Cohen got the advantage of this free hit. What can he make of it? Well, he's hit it cleanly, but straight to Harbinson. Takes the single. But still not the worst over for the Knights. The boundary in it, a couple of extras. McCarthy takes another 3 wickets today, though. Been a really good festival with the ball for McCarthy. So we're into the last over for the Northern Knights. Pre-innings predictor of 170. Well, it's been eclipsed. I think we need a few more. They'll need a good final over here. Possibly up to that 184, maybe 185, let's say. 185 would be the total that they're looking for here. So fee on hand. The ball the last. Short. Pulled, and that'll be the real bonus for the Northern Knights. They've hit the first ball for 6. May have got an extra 3-pointer into the basketball net. That's a huge hit. Come on, let's see if it goes in there. Yeah, maybe off the backboard.
Fine shot.
Real bonus.
And the third umpire, well, big smile on his face. He's probably only got 2 balls left in there.
I would say so.
And you can see the contribution that Carmichael has made, 74 from just 44. And himself and Rock, well, they found the Knights in trouble. They were 32 for 3 in just the 5th over. And since then, well, wickets have fallen, but most people have contributed to a partnership or 2. And here you see them there.
Yeah, it's been fairly regular partnerships, but that major 84, we're back on here. That's in the air. Safely under it. And, ooh. Yeah, a bit of a chuckle, no doubt, there. He called it early. Took the brothers out there. You can see him settled under it. And we can see 2 catches here from Harry. 1, 2, oh, maybe even 3. He holds on. Brother Tim. A huge sigh of relief on his behalf, but he's taken the catch. That's all that matters. Well, that's okay from Tyrone Cohen.
I don't think anyone will mind going for big in that cage. He got
Definitely
6
not.
from the first ball, and it was only a yard off being 6 from the second ball.
Yep.
Shades of Markadere were possible, but he's departed 8 off 4. His captain will be happy enough with his contribution. They're into the last over.
As we said, coming in at 10, Tom Mays. He was batting up at 7. The Wolves, the Ireland Wolves. So, you know, just shows you the strength in this Knights lineup. Hand to come in again, though. Full, well bowled. Oh, but that's a terrific shot from Tom Mays, first up. Nothing wrong with that ball, really. It's in the block hole. Tom Mays has dug it out. Not just dug it out.
Wow.
Plenty on it.
It was one the bowler almost didn't want to put his hand up for. It was travelling at that speed. Had to lean back to make sure it didn't catch him anywhere else. Well, Carmichael, 74 from 44. Mays is the 7th partner he's had in this innings. And he's done just an absolutely ideal job for the Northern Knights.
3 balls left. Backs away. Well bowled by hand. Just let him back away. Top ball. Vital at this stage. There's 6 runs here. We get them up to that 190. Balls to go there. It's going to go for 6. It is. It is going to go for 6.
I'm very close.
Pace on.
Very close to taking a cameraman out there, I felt.
It might well have done. Just continues with the pace on. Top edge, and it carries a long, long way. Yeah, well over the boundary there. There are those 6 runs I just talked about. 1 hit. Good final over here for the Knights. 16 coming off it. 1 ball to spare.
Not figures that Hand is going to look back on with any fondness. 2 for 47 with 1 ball to go.
It's in the same spot, but there's a man down there. He has fielded it. A couple of fumbles. Will they be two? He's gone. Tucker does the business. Manages to get back to the stumps. So that final ball will just be one. Tom Mays will be run out for 11. They get one extra run there. It will be a total of 191 for 9. There's the scorecard, as you were mentioning earlier, Craig. Standout knock from Keith Carmichael. 74 not out from 44 balls. Plenty of partners he had. He's been the standout player there. Held the innings together, but still scored at a very, very good rate. Rock was important. And then Adair, Cohen and Mays at the end with a decent bit of hitting. There's the big partnership in the middle between Carmichael and Rock of 84. But towards the end there, just good contributions. You can see the partnership between Adair and Carmichael. 24 runs, of which 22 were Adair. And those little 16, 17s and 11s at the end, just vital. Still reaching the boundary, clearing the ropes. And a good last over for the Northern Knights.
Well, there is the Leinster Lightning bowling. Well, there's a few there who wish they hadn't conceded quite as many runs. That over from George Dockrell, bowling himself very late in the innings, just taking 1 for 2. One wonders perhaps if he introduced himself earlier in the innings. But he had faith in his bowlers, and McCarthy took 3 for 43, Hand 2 for 48, and the other wicket takers, Wilson, Hoey, and Dockrell himself. Just 9 extras, and we saw 5 of those in the first over, 5 wides. So all in all, a good performance by both teams. Good competitive cricket all round. There is the match summary. We've reached the halfway mark in this Game 6 of the Interprovincial T20 Series Festival in Pembroke in Sydney Parade today. And the final innings of this festival will see the Leinster Lightning chasing 192 for victory. We hope you will join us for that lightning run chase. But until then, we'll just take a short break.
back. And we want a quick turnaround here between innings. And we're all set for a grandstand finish here to the IP20 Festival here in Dublin. A cracking game currently in progress. Standard of cricket there in that first innings. Really high on both sides of the ball. And Northern Knights all set to go here. It's Paul Burney, Tim Tector facing up, and Ross Adair is going to bowl the first over. Didn't think he got a bat on that. I think it just hit the pad. Nope, little inside edge. And we're off and running. Craig Senior again with me here. And as I say, really looking forward to these next 20 or so overs. Craig, where's your money?
Firmly in my pocket. However, thoroughly looking forward to these 20 overs. We'll see how the Leinster Lightning chase down this total of 191 from the Northern Knights.
Yep, left arm. I would call it semi-seam spin from Ross Adair. Quick arm. The ball quite flat. Sometimes takes this first over. Sweep shot out, but there's a man back there. James McCullum right down the boundary. Singles so far.
James McCullum seems to have taken up residence at that fielding spot just in front of the clubhouse. He's done a super job for the Northern Knights all week down there, throwing himself around.
That's a terrific shot from Malburney. He's given himself a little bit of room. Apologies, Tim Tector. I missed that on single. My apologies, Tim Tector.
Well, he gave himself room. He put that back foot well outside his leg stump. Just punched it away.
Yeah, the quality of the shot maybe made me think it was Andrew Balburney.
Such a straight bat and checked. Yeah. It did look like a Balburney shot.
Yeah, really nice. Sterling's going to come out. Slip. Dot. Carmichael. That's a fielding. A great throw. And Rock apologises. Last ball. And that over. To determine that over. It's coming up here. Boundary off it. There'll be a lightning over. Dot ball. Be a Knights. Comes across the crease. Sammy appeal. Dot ball. So possibly Knights will be happy enough with that. Lovely shot from Tector in the over for 6. Apart from that, singles and a couple of dot balls to finish. And it's 9 without loss from that opening over.
Good start for both teams, I think. It's even Stevens. They get the 9 runs that they kind of need there or thereabouts. However, Ross Adair holding that first over. And now Mark Adair it is, bringing himself on from the nursery end, and he'll be up against Ireland's red ball captain, Andy Balburney. Balburney just letting that one sail over his head. Mark Adair going very short, looping through to the keeper. Rock, who must be about 25, 26 metres behind the stumps.
Marker there, like you saying that. That's a poor ball. And the leg side, great piece of work from Neil Rock.
Well, Ireland very fortunate at the moment in the keeping department. Tucker, despite that drop in the first innings, the man in possession. But Neil Rock showing that he's an able understudy. He showed that with the bat earlier on, now showing it with the gloves.
Shuffles across, Alberni, well bowled from it there. And just to give, here's that extra little piece of information. You'll now see the WASP figure, the WASP predictor, rather than a score in the second innings. We've got a percentage figure out there, and that's the percentage figure that the predictor gives for the Leinster Lightning, which is saying 40%. Slightly in favour of the Knights right now. Pulled into the leg side, just be one. So yeah, the predictor just saying that Knights slight favourites, but only just.
This power play will go a long way to determining the outcome of this game, one feels. Just two men outside the circle at the moment. One you've just seen doing the fielding at mid-wicket, and the other man is down at third.
Oh, that's an absolute beauty. I'll tell you what, we've been here 3 and a bit days, and that was an absolute perler. That's the ball of the festival for me. Aiming at middle stump and swung away late. Tim Texter's done well not to get a nick on that. That was a beaut.
Just the one slip in place for Adair.
Skewed off the edge. Going to go for 4. Saying it was an edge, but he's a little bit more wood on it. Goes for a bit injury. Kept it down though.
Just angled open the face of the bat, forced it out square. And it had enough on it to reach the fence. And that's exactly the sort of thing that the Leinster Lightning are looking for, is one boundary and over.
Yep.
And then as long as they take their singles, that run rate won't change too much.
Another good ball from Adair. To say, Craig, that first innings, it's not the standard of cricket. It's a very high calibre, both sides. It's what we've seen from both of them all week, and we bigged up this game. Hasn't disappointed so far. Bowls the in-swinger. Carmichael can't reel that one in. That's the ball at the end of the over. Goes for 4. And that maybe makes it a Leinster Lightning victory on this occasion. Carmichael's been so good out there. He might be a little bit disappointed there. He's been excellent. 20 without loss after 2.
Well, the one over experiment of Ross Adair brought to a premature end.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that really. It's just give Ross Adair and try and nip through and over. Tom Mays going to bowl from this commentary end. And a good festival wickets wise, Tom Mays. He's joined Morningstown for his club cricket this year. He'll be bowling up top with Graham Hume for them. Right now though, he's on night's duty. Going to bowl to Andrew Balburney. That's short. That's going to be put away. Not the start that his captain, his teammates, or himself would have wanted. That tactic, it doesn't seem to be a fruitful one, and certainly in this particular game. The pitch has played exceptionally well over these 2 and a bit days. Andrew Balburney, not worried at all about that.
Ross Adair bringing the ball back to the umpire, questioning the condition after it had landed and gone into the dressing room door.
That's a better length, you would have to say.
Well, Tom Mays has had a very good week. He certainly have raised his name with selectors of various different squads. 7 wickets in his first 2 games. And it hasn't been overly expensive either. He's done a good job for his side. One of the main reasons why they're in this unbeaten position.
There's that short ball again. Work for McCollum. Oh, he's done it this time. That's terrific work down there. We saw few on hand. Doing great work for the Lightning on that particular boundary. You can see full dive in there. McCollum does really well not to let his momentum take the ball over the ropes with him.
Those sunglasses must be sellotaped to his head.
I think so.
With a dive like that, they remained exactly in place.
Likes an Instagram photo. James McCollum. No timing this time on the offside. No run.
Very definitive call from Andrew Balburney. No run there. Again, you see that wasp figure just varying up and down. He's gone short again.
That's Miles. Yeah. It's just really strange tactics here.
We saw it in the first innings. Paul is just going too short. He just sits up.
You can see the people craning their necks to the left there as that ball disappears into the garden. Yeah, you know, I just struggle to think about, is that a plan there? Because, you know, if you're bowling a length or just outside a length, yeah, they can hit you for 6 over the length, but the percentage figures of them hitting a ball for 6 on that good length offside just at the moment, that just seems to be in a hitting arc at the minute. Balburney has dispatched 2 of them in this over. And already he's on 17 from 9. See if he can get out of the over just with a 14. There's the area I'm sort of talking about. Just a normal length. A good over again for the Lightning. As we mentioned at the very start, 40% was the predictor, and that's already kicked up to over 60% from that start. 15 coming from that Tom Mays over. Just giving you a quick update again on Ireland's women. They've fought back now from the early loss of Hunter and Lewis. Laura Delaney, I think, is still going well. She's got to her half century. Ireland now just crossed 120, 2 overs to go. 39 balls, Laura Delaney's half century, so she's put her hand up as the skipper today. 2 overs to go, Ireland 120. As I say, pop onto Cricket Ireland's social media pages, you'll find the latest scorecard updates from that game. I'll try and keep you updated for Ireland's final total, and then Netherlands reply. Back here, Ryan Pretorius on to bowl the 4th over. We've seen it once, we've seen it twice, and we see it again. And if we were able to bring up Andrew Balburney's wagon wheel, might be a thick black marker line down to that area.
Well, he scored big yesterday. He seems to have carried that form into today's game, scoring at 200.
It's a really strange innings here at the moment. He's faced 12 balls. Every single thing that's been on the offside, he's mistimed. And pretty much everything that's been bowled short down the leg, he's deposited over the boundary. So, have a think. Have a think, Northern Knights.
Rock standing up to the stumps now.
Oh, that's just over Mays. Work to do on the boundary. Does it well.
Good bit of work. Stopping the ball, getting rid of it. Jake Egan, before he rolled near the rope. Did a super job himself. Just kept that to 2.
Rock up to the stumps there, and that's really taken off. He's done well to prevent an injury there. Really did well, Neil Rock. Pressure really being put on these Knights bowlers.
Well, the noise you hear is it hitting the media tent. Another big shot from Balburney. You see here, right over to the leg side, lifts it away, and it comes right down on that black tent.
Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't be too critical of Pretorius there, and that he had bowled it into that area. Balburney made his own room there, stepped across, played the shot. Same area again, though. Well,
they're just feeding him there now, aren't they?
Sorry to say, but the black marker hasn't changed. It's the same area again. 50 up here. Yeah, not good from the Knights there. Just as you say, Craig, just feeding the beast here at the minute. 51 from 4. Almost every shot has gone in that particular area.
Another big over for the Lightning. 16 coming from it. As Andy says, the half century brought up at the same stage during the Northern Knights innings. 24 with it, 2 wickets down. So you can see.
It's in the air. Oh, just short. McCollum down there in his position. Just short. Yeah, Tim Tickler hit that 6 in the first over, and then he's pretty much just sat and waited. Watch Balburney hit the ball to backward square for 4 overs. Marketeers to bring himself back on here. Need a wicket here already. The change in the field. Up on the offside. They've now got fine leg and deep square leg for Balburney. Goes offside of there. Balburney misses again. News on a big finish for Ireland's women. Bring that update to you at the end of this over. But they're in to Balburney. Pulls that into the leg side. And again, McCollum in action.
Well, Balburney's using a different part behind square on the leg side to attack this time. It has proved very profitable for him.
Yeah, not much coming offside here. Balburney, he's created a bit of that himself. Some of it's been handed to him. Ball detector now. Good piece of fielding. Keeps it down to a dot ball. There's your partnership. Obviously 53. It's the opening partnership. Just coming 28 deliveries. 28 deliveries. Mark it there. Do with a wicket. Short on the off. Egan again with a piece of fielding. Drop ball. And there. It's just gone for 2 in this over. Just reining it back in a little bit.
Well, he's playing the captain's role. He's taken the ball on. Just 2 off 5 balls here.
He can't take it cleanly to prevent the single, but just the 3 coming from that Adair over. Completely different to the 4 that preceded it. Done a good job there, but still wicketless though. Tector and Balburney, 54, slight loss from 5. Yeah, so very quickly with that update from the UAE, Ireland have had a fantastic recovery, mainly led by skipper Laurie Delaney. As we mentioned, Amy Hunter and Gabby Lewis out to score on 14. Delaney has come in and hit 70 from 45 deliveries, ably aided by Emer Richardson. She scored 34 and over a run of ball. And Ireland have reached 144 in their 20 overs against the Netherlands. So terrific comeback from the Ireland women's team. Oh, just over the top of McCollum. Gonna go for 4. Does. It's Tyrone Cohen. He's come into the attack here. Matthew Foster, as we mentioned, unfortunately picked up that slight hamstring injury yesterday. So Cohen into the team today. You feel a little bit unlucky there. Change in the field. Egan comes up from this square boundary on the offside. And they've 2 men out on the leg side now. They're exactly where the ball goes. Good batting from Tector. You have to say, he's given himself room there because that man had come up on the offside, so he knew there was nobody out on the offside boundary. Doesn't middle it, but gets enough wood on it. Carries for 4 more.
Well, using the pace of the bowler and opening the face. He knew the space was there behind the fielders.
And that's, I would say, the most pleasing shot so far. Just again, giving himself a little bit of room. You just see, stepping back the leg. And cracks it through the offside. 3 in a row.
Tim Tector, 29 from just 15 now. These two going very well. 2 a ball so far through this innings.
Oh, that could have been 4. Hit really well by Tector, but Cohen gets that big left hand down. Gets a mitt on it. And just a single. And yeah, the Lightning ticking along here. But as we've seen, things can change quickly. It's up in the air. Can anyone get round to it? That's right in the middle. Change of field. Will be done for the Knights there. They had 2 men out like they did early in the over. It may have been straight down the throat of that man, but he brought McCullum into the circle. And Balbirnie actually pinpointed right between the two fielders.
Well, this has been part of the joy of watching this, is seeing the intelligence of the batsmen. That they're not just hitting the ball, they're seeing where the fielders are being moved and looking for spaces. Tim Tector early in the over saw the man had come in on the offside and lifted it over them.
Yeah.
So, no, very good from the Leinster Lightning, and they reached the end of the power play with the score on 69 without loss. Balbirnie 37, Tector 30, and that target of 192 well within their sights now. And it will be Tom Mays to continue from the St John's end. And now we're out of the power play. You see the field, well, spreading out a bit. Man down at deep third, deep square leg. Fine leg has come right into the circle, mid-wicket, and long wide, long off, long on. So we'll see how Mays does here. Last over, he tended to drop a bit short. Fed Andy Balbirnie's shot. And that was an expensive first over for him.
Yeah, just you mentioned that. They have decided to give that protection on the boundary in that area in front of the clubhouse at long leg. Egan has come up on the offside. There he is in action. Cohen, is it down there? No.
Yeah.
It's Tyrone Cohen. He's been put down to that. Yeah. I think he's going to stay there for Balbirnie. Don't think that's a bad idea. As we've said a few times, the three almost exclusively hit the ball.
Nicely played. Good ball. Just played down to third. Not trying to take too much out of the delivery. That's ideal for Andrew Balbirnie. Church bells of the Merrion Road Church is ringing in the background, signalling 6 o'clock on this Friday of a bank holiday weekend.
That's in the air. He's going to get away with that. Connected with that so poorly. Doesn't even reach the circle. So that would have been one of those dismissals we've been chatting about all week if there was a mid-on. I mean, straight up in the air, an easy catch, but because of this start, 70 plus off 6 overs, can't have a mid-on, can't have everybody in the ring, and everybody's pretty much on the circle in that last ball. That's been put up in the air, and this time, man circles under it. That'll be an easy catch, and it's taken. And that's the end of Andrew Balbirnie. But he's done his job.
Just taking that a little bit in front. Just too much up, not enough out.
Also there. Taking a comfortable catch. Very similar to the last shot. Actually, Andrew Balbirnie got a little bit more on it. And that was his downfall. Also there, taking the catch. Tom Mays with the breakthrough. But Balbirnie doing his job, you would say. You know, he's come in 38 off 22. Strike rate in front of you there, 172. I have to say it wasn't his most fluent innings. I think the Knights sort of fed his particular area quite a lot.
They helped him out a bit, really, with the bowling.
Yeah, sure, he created a few shots by moving across the crease, but they did feed him in that area just out his hip. And then on the offside, he didn't really get anything on the offside. And going forward into a Pakistan series. I like to think the higher quality of international bowler. I need to play both sides of the wicket there, so done his job. Can't fault him for that at all, but maybe like to have seen a little bit more on the offside there, but got his team off to a really good start. 38 from 22. New batter, Lorcan Tucker. Nice start from Mays. It's an important phase now for both sides. Can the Northern Knights just squeeze a little? Get that run rate equaling up a bit at the minute. The run rate currently well above the rate required. First job for the Knights is to try and get that equated to start with, and then try and get the RRR up above 10. Just be a single. And Tom Mays will definitely take that. 5 from that over, plus that vital wicket. Balburney. 74 for 1 from 7.
Well, another good knock for his team from Andrew Balburney. As Ali says, not the most fluid, and certainly not shots all round the ground, but he's done a good job for his side. And he's put them in a good position. Partnership of 72 with Tim Tector, one of the larger partnerships of the week. And now we have Tim Tector will face the bowling of Matthew Humphreys.
Down the track.
Well, he's
Tim
not going to let him
Tector.
settle.
Has he got enough on it? You just. Ryan Pretorius down there. And that was a real teaser. Took him on first ball. You can see Pretorius just waiting on the boundary. And there's just enough on it. A good round of applause from the spectators on the bench. They're trying to hit Humphreys out of the attack here, possibly. Going down again. That's an even better shot. That one is a lovely shot. It's gone for 6 as well. Over towards the clubhouse area. That's a technically beautiful shot.
It's not the first 6 we've seen this innings, but I think that's the nicest. He gave himself room. Inside out. Over cover. And straight to the clubhouse again. Lovely shot. 2 6s in a row from Humphreys. How's he going to approach this now?
Good comeback. Good comeback. I often see better batters saying to themselves, I'm going to take down the Premier spinner and the opposition's lineup. Tector clearly said that's what he wants to do. Good comeback there from Humphreys though. And now with those 2 6s, he really needs to deliver a wicket. It's a little bit short. Should only be one, a little bit of a fumble. That's okay, get it back in. Temperature just dropping a little bit here again. Difficult for the spinners, cold fingers. Has not missed it. Beats Rock as well. Beats Mays as well. Goes for 4.
Well, when they say you play all round the ground,
Yeah.
very hard to replicate that shot.
Didn't quite get the signal. Did he get an edge on that?
He
Craig?
did indeed.
He did. Wow. Matthew Humphreys will feeling very unlucky there. Beat the batter. He ends up a boundary. That's a poor ball though. Morgan Tucker's movement here around the crease just unsettling. Humphreys. It's difficult.
You got the feeling Humphreys was just trying to get out of the over there, perhaps force that one through.
Yeah.
As a result, pushed it across the batsman.
That's well bowled. Well bowled, but a good over, to say. Taking on Humphreys. Tim Tractor with those 2 6s. Start the over. First one, let's say perhaps a little bit fortunate to get away with it.
Yeah,
But
very
the
much
second
so.
one, really classical shot over cover. And then that fortunate boundary for Morgan Tucker at the end of the over, but 92 for 1. Definitely in the box seat. 101 runs required for the Lightning. Tomei's going to continue. He's going to ball to Tim Tactor, who's on 45.
Bit more effort, a little less timing.
Yep.
Means it just squirts out to square leg. Just a single.
That's in the air. Gonna beat the fielders again, though. Gonna be 2.
And again, if you'd given him a picture of the ground from above and said, where do you want it to land? Pick the middle of 3 fielders. He couldn't have done it with any more accuracy than he did with the ball coming off the bat. 2 more onto the total.
Yep. Field changed again. So there goes back out in that position where he took the catch earlier. Gonna get a single. See a bit of cricket there, really.
I'm getting the sense, not just here in the commentary position, but on the ground, that this game is building up nicely to a finish. The Knights only need to take a wicket or 2 to get everything swinging back their way, and it's very much in the balance. And there's a good crowd turning out for Friday evening.
Yeah, we'd love a close finish here. It's the standard in the game, bar that last ball, has been really high. That's into the offside. There are massive spaces in that offside. Carmichael's quick. Gonna get round there.
Good bit of fielding. Again, these specialist boundary riders, they've made those sort of positions their own now.
Yep, seen 2 good performances today. 3 in fact. McCollum, Carmichael, and for the Lightning, Fionn Hand was excellent as well. Taking on 48 now.
Well, that's a nice shot. There is a fielder right there on the boundary. And keep it to 1.
Yeah, sometimes you think you should just get the runs for the shot that you play, because he played a shot early in the over, or he really completely mistimed it. And he hits that one right in the middle. Gets the same amount of runs. Last ball. This is the 9th. Not been a bad over it so far. That changes that statement. That's huge again.
These players are determined to make people laugh at us today, Ali.
Yep.
This week they've done it, and this is a lovely shot. Again, it's that ball that's just a little short. He waits on it and then just lifts it down towards some worried spectators.
There's a few taking cover down there.
There were indeed. And that brings up the 100 for the Leinster Lightning. That's 105 for 1 off just 9 overs. Tim Tector 49, and Lorcan Tucker now has moved on to 13 with that shot.
Yeah, 105 for 1, and you'd have to say early doors, the Lightning on top. Bill Burney got them off to a flyer, 38 from 22, but Tim Tector in the business again here. Good festival for him. Done really well so far. A half century in his first game of the week. On the cusp of another here. He's setting his team up here. This big game here between these two unbeaten sides. Humphrey's going to continue. Will Tector continue to attack? Yes is the answer. Chips that in the air. And that takes him to a half century again. Tim Tector goes to 50 from 27 balls at a strike rate of 185. You can see his boundary count right in front of you there. And Tim Tector just quietly putting his hand up here. Couple of 50s in this festival. Top run scorer last year. The T20s.
Well, this is one of the things that we sort of need to look at the end of this game is who are the players who have put their hand up and said, here I am.
Yep.
You might not need me this week, but I want you to notice me. I would say...
That's a lovely shot. That's quality from Tucker.
He's getting better and better at that shot. It's one of those ones you need to practice all the time. He's got beautiful timing on that, and it's shot away to the boundary. But yes, the Cade Carmichael with his knock. We all praise Paul Sterling for his 2 half centuries this week, but here we are with Tim Tector doing the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a fabulous week, and as we say, opportunity for players to put up their hands and say, please notice me.
Yeah, he had a notably tough tour earlier in the campaign. But here in this T20 series, certainly stuck his hand up, hit the ball cleanly. As I say, he's played some couple of really lovely shots in this innings. Still one there. Like to see Humphreys being put under pressure here. You see how he comes back. These are quality players he's up against here. How does he react? 24 off his 10 balls. That can all change with a W though. But that's class. That's class. That's right up there. Some of the biggest of the week. And it bounces off the roof. The owner of the house is in the window having a look. This is a good one. It just peeks out of the curtains here. You'll see in a second. That ball hits the roof. Just pops down. There we are.
A lovely shot.
Oh, that's it. That's a serious hit.
And Humphreys, we know his talent. We know how good he can be. But at the moment, 30 runs off just 11 deliveries.
Yeah.
But with batsmen in this form, it's hard to criticise what he's done.
Oh no, I don't criticise the bowler really. He hasn't bowled really poorly. I just think it's the mentality here of Tector in particular, who has just decided to take down the Premier spinner. Going after him from ball 1. He's continuing to do that. That's a tracer bullet into the 10th. The array of shots are coming out here now. That has gone, as I say, like a bullet. See the speed of the ball across into the 10th there. And Tector's on fire. 60 from 29. 10 overs gone. Lightning on top. Just like to take a little quick moment out here for a shout out to a very special event that's happening this weekend. Ex-Ireland wicketkeeper Andrew Patterson. Andy, back in 2013, was diagnosed with hereditary spastic paraplegia. Terribly crippling disease, and his friends and family, especially his daughter Ella, Raised almost £70,000 with the help of the PCT. Had surgery, and this weekend Andy is going to attempt to walk 5 kilometres to raise money for the Professional Cricketers Trust this coming Sunday. So just a terrific effort, a heartwarming story. Michael Atherton has written a lovely article about Andy Patterson, played for Ireland and Sussex, and is just making his way back from that horrible disease. If you'd like to read that article from Michael Atherton in the Times, I'll try and post it up, and maybe get Cricket Ireland social media to post a link to that article from Michael Atherton. Just a really nice story, and we wish all the best to Andy Patterson, first of all on Sunday for his walk, but also his continued recovery from this disease. All your friends in Irish cricket wish you all the best, Andy.
Yeah.
So Tyrone Cohen back in here.
Oh, that wasn't far off a direct hit. There was a bit of hesitation between the two batsmen. Tucker was the one in danger. But yes, Andy's walk on Sunday, 5K. Doesn't sound much, but when you've been told you'll never walk again, then it's everything, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's been a long road back for him. As I say, I saw him a few months back, and he was here, and it's just one of those heartwarming stories that come up every now and then. Just wish him all the best. Here we go, Cohen in again. It's going to be another dot ball.
Well, as we enter the last 10 overs of this week's festival, we find that Leinster Lightning 70 runs to win from 57 balls. But more importantly, we've said it all week, carrying wickets into those last 10 overs, last 5 overs.
Yep.
Oh, so important.
2 set batters. They can take a couple of overs if needs be. This one's only going for 2 at the minute, and even if there was to be another 2 dot balls, no pressure on them. They can just tick it over now. They've really gone about this in a really good manner. Plenty on the hutch as well. Harry Tector due in next. George Dockrell, Sam Harbinson. Plenty of big hitting down the order, if he deemed to be required. That's a tremendous shot in the slot, possibly, but just hitting front of square. The timing, really good from Tucker. Shots coming out now from the Lightning.
Lovely shot. Timing. Flat, straight bat. Not over hitting it. Just, again, once you beat the circle on the offside, there is only one boundary rider out there, Cade Carmichael. He can cover a lot of ground, but not all of it.
Yeah, it's the old line, isn't it? 2/3 of the world is covered by water. The other third is covered by Cade Carmichael. He's not that good. Decent over, though, from Cohen, you have to say, given what's been happening here. 6 coming from it. Lovely boundary from Tucker. But as we mentioned, 6 is almost plenty anyway. And 2 set batters. Tucker 61. Tucker 24. Tector 61. My apologies. And 9 wickets in hand. Switching games again. Quick update on Ireland's women. As we mentioned, 144. They got to. And reply, the Dutch 28 for 1 from the first 5. So a good first 5 overs for Ireland. Maybe not in the wickets column, just the 1, but certainly keeping that run rate under check. Keep an eye on Cricket Ireland social media. The updates there.
A brave move by Humphreys. He's brought his fine leg into the ring, and that's the sort of thing that Tucker would love to lap over them.
Yeah, he's had a quick look.
There it is.
Yeah,
And again, I was talking earlier about the intelligence of the batsman.
absolutely.
They're noticing where the gaps are in the field. They're not just playing the ball. They're actually playing the entire field. And they know where the gaps are, and they're looking for them. And that's another lovely boundary from Lorcan Tucker.
Well, even in club cricket, when you saw the better players coming in and able to manoeuvre the field, you always used to say, "Oh, he's just moved somebody over there, so he plays the ball in a different direction." So even at this level, you know, they're all of a high quality. You can't still appreciate somebody who can manoeuvre the field about. Trying to block that up now on the boundary, but there's nobody in front of square now on the leg side. Maybe just try and overhit that one on their edge. Yeah, we were almost crying out for a last over finish here, Craig, but the Lightning seem to be determined to not give us one. See that partnership there, 61 already. No time. Has he got enough on that? Thinks he has.
Nice catch.
Interested. Are we going to get a crowd catch here?
Absolutely superb catch in the crowd.
This may be the moment of the week. Let's look at it. How's his technique?
Went for it early.
Oh,
Two
it's
hands.
not bad.
Noah Smith.
Not bad. Young Noah down there.
Noah Smith taking a fabulous catch in front of the pavilion.
That's for the YouTube clip. Yeah, me taking that one out. If Andrew Leonard can do it, you can do it, Noah. Clip it and share it.
Just without the bowing and the waving to the crowd. Nice ball from Humphreys. On this occasion, Tactor doing the very sensible thing and just keeping that out. Already 11 runs from the first 3 balls, so he felt no danger in just keeping out the 4th. But again, just sensible play, playing the ball into the gap, take the single that's on offer. Well, it really has been a run fest. When we think back to Wednesday and the first couple of games, and there was scores of 134 chased and 119 chased, we've suddenly seen runs galore.
Yeah, to be fair, these two teams have stood out this week. Their attitude, their capabilities, their techniques have been good. Showing it again today, as I said earlier, I think the standard has been good. There are those partnerships, just the two of them, with only one wicket down, but Tector and Tucker closing in on the opening partnership to take the plaudits for this game, trying to get above that 72. Not far off, and they're playing really well here, sensibly. Taking a home mark at theirs. Going to throw possibly the final dart at the board here. Try and get a wicket.
Well, that's a smart move from Adair. No point having overs at the end and no runs. And what they need are wickets.
Can I get this raw and lucky? Yeah, don't want to throw it. The man come up. Tector had ran through too far to even consider an overthrow. And even that's a nice shot from Tector. Doesn't look like much, but a good ball from Adair. Keeps it out.
You see him practicing the shot there with the opening the face just to get it out on the offside.
They're coming around the wicket to Tucker. He'll have no doubt bowled against him in the nets quite a lot. He's trying some different wide open stance from Tucker. There's that offside. Is it in the gap? Yes, it is right in the gap between Cohen and Humphreys. Not timed to perfection from Tucker. Everything touches at the minute. You can see the speed of the ball over the field. perfectly bisecting the two fielders. He takes 4 more. Just keeps going a little bit straighter. You can see how wide Tucker's stance is. He closes it a little bit. That's going to be a wide. Yeah, you can see what Margaret there is trying to do. Ball outside that off stump. Tucker almost standing baseball style with that left leg open. Almost chest on. And he closes up a little as the bowler comes in, but they're trying to go outside off. That's full. Just going to look at the square leg here, just in case. I think it's okay. Yep.
Well, again, with Tucker having that open stance, the ball's going to be coming across him, and if Adair doesn't get it right and lands on his legs, then it opens up that whole leg side for Tucker to play those shots too. And if he goes too far outside off, he gets wided.
Look, I thought he'd nicked that, and he has. I thought he'd nicked that. Yeah, just a lack of appeal. Put me off a little bit.
75, the two of them put on. They didn't seem to... It wasn't a fireworks, it wasn't chaotic, it was just playing.
It's a top knock from Tim Tector. 69 from 36, included in that. A couple of really pleasing shots. His brother, Harry, coming to the crease. Gives him a quick glove punch, and he'll get a very well-deserved round of applause from the crowd that is assembled over by the clubhouse. And as we mentioned, 2 half-centuries for Tector, and that innings just looked good. It looked good.
He was willing to take the bowler on, especially the spinning of Humphreys. And just to bring you a quick update from that women's group game, the Dutch have slumped to 38 for 3 off 6.4 in pursuit of Ireland's 144.
Yeah, so Harry Tector, IN. Gets off the mark, first ball. Runs to win. Balls remaining. Almost equal, 44 runs to win now. And the 43 balls left. That's what you're talking about. That's exactly what you were talking about, Craig. He opens up with that stance, and if the ball is on that hip area, just opens up that leg side.
And again, it's a shot of timing. He doesn't follow through too far, or he just punches it round the corner, and another one disappears into the garden. And you see at the top of your screen, Mark Hawthorne with his collection of used cricket balls picks up.
Yeah, it's a big hit again.
Yeah,
Big hit again. He's on 40 already, off just 19.
yeah. Mark Adair brought himself back to break the partnership, and he managed that. But he also went for
Plenty.
14.
Plenty.
14. He'd gone for 14 in his first 2 overs, and 14 comes off his third. But he did take that wicket, and they needed that.
He absolutely needed to break that partnership, but just at the minute, you know, he's gonna. And listen, let's doff the cap to Matthew Humphreys here. He's not shying away here. It's been a real difficult period for him. Be very easy just to say,
I've had enough skip.
I've had enough skip.
Wrist is sore.
Yeah, but you know, fair play to him. I'm gonna keep going here. See if he can pick up a couple of wickets. Gonna throw himself in at slip market there. Yeah, good to see. You know, they're
Still attacking.
you know, and they're not going to win the game now by just letting them knock the ball around for ones and twos. Got to take 8 wickets, however unlikely that may be. Got to take wickets. And they're keeping the field in, really tight on that offside. Straight to that man, Sterling. Point. He almost nonchalantly plucks that out of the air and throws it back. That's in the gap though. Jake Egan can't cut off that in time. Be 1. Now, let's see what they do here. It'll be very interesting to see what they do now. Man on. Striking at 200 over. And leaving the man just behind backward point on the boundary. Keeping the slip in.
Well bowled by Humphreys.
Yep.
What he can't afford to do is fire one down near Tucker's pads, because there were big open spaces on the leg side.
You have to say the margin for error here really for Humphreys is almost minimal. That's his MO in club cricket back in the Northern Cricket Union, just pulling out. Tucker was on the charge. Nicely bowled.
Well, this is great to see for the young lad. He really is just fighting back.
Yeah.
He finds himself.
Look, even if these last 2 balls go for 6, I think you have to say fair play to you. As I said earlier, it could have been quite easy, just plenty overs from other bowlers. He's gone for 46 in his first 3. Tucker down the track. It's a lovely shot again. Just into out. Over the cover area. And you see just lifting it over the cover region.
Again, looking for the space, looking for the open areas.
Yeah.
Quite happy to go aerial in those areas. And Tucker now has equalled his highest score of the week. It's 244s for him. This one at, well, he's scoring at 12 and over, just by himself.
That'll be 4. That's in an area where there's not a sinner. That'll be 4. He's signaling for a new bat. I think he's doing too bad with this one. Yeah, not a night in sight.
I think the Knights should insist he keeps that bat if it's broken.
He seems to be doing okay with it. He's gone on to 48. Yep, say it again. Difficult spell for Matthew Humphreys today. The Lightning definitely decided to target him. But fair play for bowling that over. And giving it a crack, as they say.
Well, we thought that target of 192 was going to challenge the Leinster Lightning. At the moment, they're making short work of it. 163. So it wasn't until the 19th over that the Northern Knights have reached 163.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the opening power play from the Knights was overly special, but after that, I don't think they've bowled badly since the power play finished. Just the quality of batting has been really high. Tom May's back on. Gonna bowl his last over. I just think the quality of the batters here from the Lightning, we know what they can do. Only 3 established Irish internationals here in the top 4.
And the one who isn't an international
scored 60 plus. You know, so not the worst lineup, and they've shown their ability here. It's beautifully timed. It's great running. Really is great running. And for just your good club cricketers, that's just a little sign of standard you got to get to. Not the shot. The shot was lovely. The running between the wickets there. Morgan Tucker was in and out and made that look really comfortable. Game shot. This time a little square. Straight to the fielder. Happy with one. Lost it there, right there.
Well, runs to win down to 26 now. Tucker looking for two more. Add his name to the list of people who have made half centuries this week.
Yeah, pure ball. Could get him a wicket though.
And it has.
Yeah, that should have been out of here. As I say, haven't seen some of the shots that have been played. I mean, we saw Margaret there in the ninth innings, hit a long hop out to the man. Right smile there from Neil Rock. I'm sure there's one on Tom May's face as well, because that should have been out of here. It should have been 50 for Tucker. He doesn't make it. He put the mockers on him, Craig.
I'll apologise to him later.
And he gets 48. Strike rate of 200 just from those 24 balls. Top innings from Larkin Tucker. He'll be disappointed not to have got to his 50 maybe, but he's put his team along with others in an almost unassailable position here. So Mays gets the high fives, but that won't be one he'll be chatting about later.
Yeah, do you see how I deceived the batsman into not hitting me for six? Wouldn't quite be the call, but a good knock from Tucker.
Yeah.
We saw some good shots in there. A couple of mistimed ones as well. Still some work to be done, but very positive innings, as all of the Leinster Lightning have. And now we have Sam Harbinson from the Merrion Club.
Ooh. Luckily, got enough on that. Could have just looped up to the keeper. Just got enough on it. It goes down to the fine leg boundary. 4 more. And I think now we see that the focus changes a little bit, and I'm absolutely positive that the Lightning will be chasing a bonus point now, if they can.
Well, a sign of how well the Lightning have done this week is we've only seen 6 of their batsmen over 3 games. The top order has worked very well for them. Northern Knights in a similar position. We've only seen 8 of their batsmen as well. Nobody gone all the way down the order.
No.
That's a beautiful delivery.
Cleaned up this time. Tom Mays' fist pump is well deserved. He gets another wicket. He's certainly sticking his hand up for wicket taker. I'm fairly certain he'd be top wicket taker for this campaign here at the festival. Knocks over Harbinson. Harbinson here for a good time, not a long time. Goes for 4.
That's 9 wickets for Tom Mays over the 3 days. I think it's matched by Barry McCarthy.
Yep.
But certainly one of the top bowlers in terms of wicket taking this week. It may not have been the warmest of weeks or even the sunniest of weeks, but it's been a good fun week. Getting to see not only the Irish internationals, a lot of them playing themselves into form, but also the youngsters coming through. Provincial festivals, always worth a look.
Yeah, definitely worked well here. Delighted to get. Okay, we had a very curtailed game earlier this morning, unfortunately, but given where we've been at in the last 4 to 5 weeks, quite delighted to see Plenty of cricket over these 3 days. It's been high quality. The vast majority of it, these two sides really have been quite a high standard. It's been good to watch, and as you say, Craig, seeing the Irish internationals involved in the interprovincials is always a good thing. Ross Adair, I'll give it a go here. Nicely bowled. See, I'll not turn it too much, Ross. Spoke quite flat into the pitch. George Stockwell. Iron strike. Just the 21 needed. A bonus point might be out of reach now.
One thing I would say is that this week has demonstrated that interprovincial cricket very much a big step up from club cricket. We've seen that in terms of the batting done, and certainly the fielding has been of an exceptional standard.
Just be one. Yeah, I mentioned in that last over when Tucker took that 2 off Harry Tector's shot into the leg side, he wasn't just comfortable with the one, he was in and out, and that's the standard of club. But if we're watching this, you know, club players should be aspiring to this and testing themselves. That's a poor ball. It's only going to be one though. Yeah, and all facets of the game, whether it be bowling, that's why it's great to have all these interprovincials, you know, live streamed here. Players can watch, not just now, but watch the game back. See the ability of these players.
We find all the streaming that is now being done around the country, and it's great to see. But you do get players who are going back and analysing their own game now, as well as coaches. And it's very helpful to be able to show a batsman,
Yep.
Look at the shot you played. That's not the shot I played. Yes, it is. Here it is.
You used to get away with that. Work to do on the boundary. Seen it time and time again, though. Those bushes getting the work out. You just watch how steady he is at impact. Really lovely shot.
What I like about it is quite deliberate how he knew where he was going to put that.
Yeah. 4 more at the end of the over. Not a bad over from Ross Adair, though. Certainly in the context of this game. 4 singles, but then that boundary at the end. Really, we're now looking round. Some of the players may be looking round and saying, please don't pick me to come on the ball, looking at the ground. But that's not really how the Knights have performed this week. Yes, they're probably on the wrong side of it here, but they've been good this week. Their cricket's been of a professional, high standard. They've looked like a good outfit. Come out second today. Oh, that's got through, has it just? There has pulled it up. Yeah, so they're going to come out. You're going to lose games. You certainly haven't lost this in a sort of white flag surrender job.
As you say, no bonus points, so you know it's twice a game.
They've really shown up here, and as I say, only 2 good teams here, I have to say, and sometimes the other team is just that little bit better, as has been the case. Oh, chance. Oh, put down. Put down in the follow through from Pretorius. And as we mentioned, there is no trophy at the end of this game. Plenty of IP20 games to come during this summer. No more festivals, but plenty of IP20. These two teams will match up again. Being wide. So yes, the Lightning will come out with the plaudits at the end of this festival. But certainly the Knights are not a million miles away from them.
I think this is very much on the day. If these teams were to play again tomorrow, you could have a very different result. I think the Knights were hamstrung. Oh, that's a great piece of fielding and a great piece of avoidance. But 4 more runs. Yeah, I do think if you played this game again tomorrow, you could very easily end up with a different result. I think that the 3 wickets that the Lightning took in the power play have
be looking back on that. Yeah,
pulled the Knights back from what could have been a super start.
Chance gone. Matthew Humphreys with the, in the end, quite simple catch. George Dockwell hits the ball straight down to him. Nice simple catch. Again, no celebrations from the Knights. They're fairly certain that the game has been done here. A wicket for Pretorius.
Stranger things have happened.
Well,
5 down now.
I'll be looking more than foolish after that
absolutely.
little speech if the Lightning do get over the line now. But yeah, you mentioned about the batters not coming in. We're now seeing number 7. Seamus Lynch hasn't had the willow in his hand all week. As you see there from the Terranure Club. I watched this fella hit 100 at Stormont last year. Some of the cleanest hitting I've seen in a long time. He took the Knights apart that day. Hasn't had the chance to show off his skills with the bat this week, but I'm sure during the campaign he'll be in and around the squads for the Lightning.
Well, just while we're waiting for this over to start, going back to the UAE and the Women's T20 World Cup qualifier, Netherlands now find themselves 62 for 4. Oh.
Nice shot, well fielded. 62 for 4 from 11. Last ball of this 17th. 7 runs required for the Lightning. I think that will be 6 of them. That's what I'm talking about. This guy can crack a ball dead straight. We haven't seen him at all this week. That's a little bit of a pity given that shot. That is just as clean as it comes. Really nice.
Didn't take one step after it came off the bat. He knew it had gone.
Yeah.
And the scores are now level. And the Leinster Lightning shouldn't need many of the 18 balls remaining, or even the 5 wickets in hand, just to get this run.
Yeah, we're nearly at the end here. I'm just going to give a quick shout out down there. He hasn't done anything this week, but carry the water a little bit for his Knights teammates. But young Ben Callitz is on the field here, substitute fielder for the Knights. He's playing at Muckamore Cricket Club in the Northern Cricket Union. Just to give a wee shout out to Ben there. Just see him coming up into the outfield. Good to get him a run out. So Ross Adair's been given the only arduous task, and that will be that. I think Harry Tector just tucks it down. It's a long off, and that's that. It's a terrific win for the Leinster Lightning. They've been excellent today, you have to say. Their batting has been top class right the way down. from Balbirnie, Tim Tector, Lorcan Tucker, Harry Tector, and even Seamus Lynch there coming in and hitting his second ball straight over the bowler for 6. Really top class performance, but the Northern Knights shouldn't feel too down on themselves. They amassed 192, if you remember, having lost 3 early wickets, so they'll take a lot of positives from that. But it'll be the Lightning who top the table at the end of this 3-day festival, and it's been really enjoyable watching this cricket here today, and indeed right throughout the week. Pembroke being a terrific venue, as it always is. Just the cricket's been good, Craig.
It certainly has, and it's been very varied as well. We've had those low-scoring games on the first day. This morning, because of weather, we had that 5 over a side fireworks display. 94 runs and 10 wickets in 10 overs. You can't complain about that. And here again, we've seen. Now the Knights put up 191, which is the 3rd highest score we've seen this week. And in fact, they put up the highest score as well. But the Lightning have chased that down and chased it down for the loss of just 5 wickets. And I have to say, the future looks bright. And we look forward now to the series with Pakistan. We look forward to the Interprovincial Series continuing next week and the week after. Next week, it's up in Stormont.
Yeah, next week, Interprovincial train travels to Stormont. We'll come back to that in a minute. If we go back to the Northern Knights earlier on, they were inserted, lost Ross Adair off the first ball of the innings. And quickly, Paul Stirling, James McCullum, and fell for 19. He looked in reasonable nick, but then it was Cade Carmichael who really turned the innings around. Batted beautifully in partnership, particularly with Neil Rock. That 74 from 44 was the real rock, if you want, of the innings. And then in good partnerships at the end, Market there again with 22 off just 9. Good contributions from Pretorius, Cohen and Mays at the death with 11 off 4. And that took the Northern Knights up to what we thought was a really competitive total, 191 for 9 off their 20. The partnerships we mentioned, nothing up top, 3 down early, but a real rear guard action from Carmichael and Rock. And the real good thing about that partnership was they really kept that run rate ticking over, and that set a little bit of a platform at the end for those good lower order 24, 16, 17 and 11 at the death.
Well, the Lightning will be pleased with their bowling in this. 191's a big total, but they stuck at their task. Barry McCarthy, he took another 3 wickets, took his tally for the week up to 9, and he'd be pleased with that. Hand 2 for 48, Wilson 1 for 28. Well, you can read the rest. Hoey takes a wicket, and the interesting one was the 1 over. George Dockrell brought himself onto bowl in the 17th over. He took 1 for 2 and did a fine job for his side. Well, in reply, the Leinster Lightning were chasing a massive total of 191. Well, they made it look not quite so massive. Balbirnie and Tector off to an absolute flying start with a partnership of 72 between them. And then once Balbirnie had departed, Tector and Tucker came together and they put on 75 together. And then after that, it was just a matter of picking up the final runs. A couple of wickets falling quickly as Leinster Lightning looked to get to their target as quickly as possible. But with five wickets down, they reached their target and they still had 17 balls to go. And that is a fine victory for them. These are their partnerships. You see all the business done up top. Balbirnie and Tector, Tector and Tucker. Between them, there's 147 runs. And after that, it was easy enough for the other batsmen to come in and play with some freedom. 5 wickets fell, but it leaves the Leinster Lightning very happy with the way that went for them.
Yeah, the Knights on the wrong end of it. Tom Mays performed well again. He took another 3 wickets today. Good tallies for him right across the week. But big numbers from the rest there. Couldn't really put any pressure on the Leinster Lightning batters. But definitely none of those bowlers should sort of take any worry about that today. They've performed well throughout the week. And even Matthew Humphries, as I said in commentary there, he'd gone plenty off his first three and just showed that sort of steel that he's got to come back. So there's your match summary here. Northern Knights setting up 191 for 9. Looked very competitive at halfway. But the class in the Leinster Lightning lineup: Tim Tector with 69, Tucker with 48, Balbirnie 38. Coasted the Leinster Lightning home here at 192 for 5. They've won this game by 5 wickets. They win this little mini festival with 3 wins from 3. Leinster Lightning top the table. Northern Knights with 2 wins. Munster Reds with their win this morning. And the Northwest Warriors, they'll look to come back in future matches. Just remains for myself, Ollie McCalmont, to thank Craig Senior for your company this week. It's been fantastic here. Thank everybody at Pembroke who have been terrific hosts for these 3 days. The Interprovincial Series now moves on to Belfast, and next week we'll have the Northern Knights taking on the Warriors, firstly in an IP20 game on Wednesday, and then the first of the IP50 games on Thursday, both at Stormont. We'll be bringing you live streaming coverage of both of those games. So from myself, Ollie McCalmont, Craig Senior, and everybody here at HBV, thank you for joining us, and we hope to catch up with you next week. From me, goodbye.